Hi and welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. Today we're talking about Alien Covenant. Okay, so this is Ridley Scott's third Alien film. He's obviously done the original Alien, which was released in 1979, the year of my birth. That is widely held as probably one of the greatest science fiction horror movies in our generation. It is basically a perfect horror film. And Ridley Scott did Prometheus, which is it's a little bit more controversial. I personally really like Prometheus, apart from the kind of let's just chuck in a monster at the end. I still think it was really good. It had some amazing visuals. The acting was phenomenal. Michael Fassbender was in that, and Naomi Rapace as the new Ripley heroine in Prometheus was fantastic. So you're going to go to the cinema expecting to see, right, an Aliens film with Ridley Scott directing, and so you have high hopes and expectations from the outset. The first 20 minutes of Alien Covenant is visually spectacular, and I guess some people like to use that big words, visually spectacular, just because it looks pretty. But this actually really does look pretty. I was trying to think of something to compare it to, which I've seen recently, and there's nothing this year. Last year there was Arrival. We're talking about wide scope scenes that look spectacular, but also when it draws you in, it's just so visual. I can't use another word. It's just visual. It's spectacular. The first 20 minutes sees the repetition of what we've come to expect to be an Aliens film. You know, there's a bunch of people, they go out to space, they go somewhere where they're not supposed to, and then poop hits the fan. They find a planet that looks habitable for humans, and that's where they go. After the initial outset, Ridley Scott does what he does so well, is he draws the characters in. This is actually one of those films that you could do comparison from the original to some of Aliens to some of Aliens 4. Sorry, there are bits that it seems like Ridley Scott has wanted to tick in this film. So the actors of the film, obviously Ridley has a huge hand in choosing who he wants to be a part of. Mike Fassbender is back as an android. I'm not going to say anything more about that because I don't want to give any spoilers away, except for the fact that he pretty much carries the film with every scene that he's in, and he's got a lot of space to fill in this film. He's in it quite a bit, but that's not to say it is boring or crappy. He's a phenomenal actor. Catherine Waterston is the new Ripley-esque heroine. Naomi Rapace was that in Prometheus. Obviously, Sigourney Weaver was an Alien. And that seems to be the formula. We need a female, strong heroine character. You get everything that you really want. So, you know, Alien title, tick. Alien kind of color scheme, visually stunning, tick. There's Alien in title, so you're going to get a xenomorph, tick. Sigourney Weaver-esque heroine, tick. Crew that are going to get eaten little bit by little bit, tick. So it's the formula that does kind of concern me a bit, but not that that's a bad thing. It's a winning formula, obviously. But let's talk about the xenomorphs. There is a xenomorph, obviously, and it's been, since Prometheus, has been going through a sort of evolution until we get to the point of where we see one in all its glory. Again, Ridley Scott is so well done this, where the best way to tell a monster movie is to only show a little bit of it, and then when you do, you just, you know, you hit them hard. This film is really gory in places, but I think it needs to be. One thing I do feel like we're lacking in Aliens, there was the military crew, and a couple of those characters would bring a lighter tone and touch. From the outset of this film, right from the beginning, right to the end, they never let up. There is no comedy, there's no humor. It's just intense, tense, more horror, gore, and death and mayhem. And it kind of works, but I kind of felt like it's too much now. I need something to let up, and there wasn't really ever that. The story itself, unfortunately, is really predictable. I predicted the ending an hour into the film, and it's a 2-hour long film. It was really predictable in that way. That's not to say it isn't a good story, that I didn't enjoy it. Ridley Scott is helming an Alien film. What more could I ask for? Well, I could ask for a better story, maybe. Just a tad, not so predictable. There are new and amazing little nods to the whole franchise, and there's quite a few Easter eggs, so look out for those. Obviously, Geiger was the original concept artist for the Xenomorph, which without the Xenomorph, you couldn't really do anything. You know, this bad guy is what drives the Alien franchise. So the Xenomorphs are fantastic. There's loads of Easter eggs. The story is somewhat predictable, but the acting is amazing. It is a 15. There is a little bit of nudity and quite a lot of blood. I was told by someone that they thought it should be an 18. I don't think so. I think it stands well at the 15. Where I would put this in the franchise, I'm difficult. Obviously, Alien stands as number 1. Aliens is number 2. Number 3, I'm finding very difficult because I really enjoyed Prometheus except for the ending, and I really enjoyed Alien Covenant except for the predictability. I'd probably stick them both at number 3. Well, I hope you enjoyed this review of Alien Covenant. Do go and see it. I think you enjoyed it if you're a fan. There are some things that didn't quite... It's not a 5-star, but it is a good Alien film. And we've been needing one of those for a while. Anyone remember Alien vs. Predator? Wow. And thanks for watching the Ruby Tuesday, and do check out our other films and reviews